My name is Kira, and on this side of town, we cover all things travel, budget traveling to be exact. So if that's something that you're interested in, won't you consider subscribing and thumbsing up the video? You will definitely get the tea with me. In today's video, I'm going to share my experience staying at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, I want to start with pricing because I'm pretty sure that's like the first question everybody has. And I would say that if you are looking to book with this particular hotel or any hotel, honey, Vegas is cheaper Monday through Thursday. Or is it Sunday through Thursday? Something like that. One or the other. Just play around with the dates. But it's extremely cheaper when you're going through the week. I actually used credits that I had with my travel card. So the only thing I had to cover was resort fees, which were about between $120 and $130 if I'm not mistaken. But I did do my research and look up the pricing of the room, and it can vary from about $29 as low as $29 up until $59 on days when there's nothing really going on. And then of course it gets higher and higher if you're creeping into popular season events and things like that happening and so forth. Now when it comes to check-in, when we arrived, it was nighttime for sure, but I can't remember exactly the time frame, but there was little to no one in line. Matter of fact, there was nobody in line. The agents, the check-in agents, was actually standing there talking amongst themselves. So that just goes to show that nobody was there. They do have self-check-in machines that I saw the following day when we went down that are normally used. And when I tell you, they had every single machine working, and that line was long, but it caused the process to go really, really quickly. When we checked in, however, we had an actual agent to check us in. And when we arrived and I gave the agent all of my information, according to her, there was not a room available for me, which was kind of strange because we were way past check-in time. So she went on the other end. She came back with our key cards. Of course, we had to sign something, I think, or I had to show my ID. I remember that for sure. I also realized after the fact that they assigned me to a room that I was not supposed to get. So we'll start there. I was assigned to a pet room. Yes, this is a pet-friendly hotel. Sis didn't even ask me if I was allergic to animals. She didn't even inform me that I was being placed into a room temporarily due to the hotel being overly booked and that people were going to be checking out at 11 a.m. in the morning. And then that's when I could get the room that I basically paid for. But I know what I signed up for. So of course, when we got up there and I looked around, I'm like, what the hell is this? I had like a little living room area. The bathroom was older. You can tell that this was not one of the updated rooms. I did hear a little barking going on in the hallways, but I never once thought that I was in the section or the area for the pet friendly. We went in January, which I do not recommend. If you are somebody coming from Florida, born and raised, you do not want to go in the winter season. It was extremely cold and it took the room forever to get warm. In fact, because they had a separate living room area from the actual bedroom area and no vents in that room, it never really got warm. My husband said that he was warm. I literally slept with my jacket on, all of my clothes, a blanket. I called down and got extra blankets. Like, I was extremely cold. We had that heating, okay? We had it up. And it just would not give that heat, that warm sensation that I was looking for. So it was very uncomfortable. I called and then they told me that I would need to go downstairs. So I went down and I spoke with someone else, and that's when they explained. Another young lady, not the one who initially checked me in, explained that they overbooked. She did say she was sorry about it and that they had to put me in that room temporarily. And I'm just thinking, like, it's no telling how many people that they get over when you're spending more, because when I used my credits, they had different options that you could choose, you know, and I picked the option for a better room. I say that to say, just make sure you're reading your reservation, because I remember on the phone, the lady who I was speaking with, she kind of was like, well, we have here such and such room. I'm going to make sure I figure out exactly what was the name of the room and that you signed that you were aware that this room was it. And I'm like, no, ma'am. Pump the brakes. Stop. Let's cut it right there. And I read off what I had on my Chase email once I did the order. So I came with receipts. Make sure you come with yours. And when I went downstairs, I showed them. And then, of course, they couldn't say that it was the same room because, baby, the pictures don't lie. That's when she went ahead and explained to me what was going on. And I was just like, okay, we're here celebrating a birthday. This is already an inconvenience. Is there anything else that you can offer? Is there any type of upgrade? And they were like, oh, we don't really do that for birthdays. And she also said, but when you normally have to tell that it's the person's birthday before arriving. So I don't know how true it is, if they even really do anything at all, or was she just trying to get me to shut up? But this was my experience. So we went down, we spoke with a manager. He was kind of lost, child. He didn't even know, and he basically just kind of shooed us off to one of the little reps at the desk. But the rep at the desk, she assigned us to a newer room, and then she said that she gave us an upgrade because we had a better view. There's 2 different buildings. So the building that we were in was all the way on one side, and the building that we had to walk to was all the way on the other end. We ended up in the Habitat elevator. I believe we was on floor 24. I was like, yes, this is the room I seen on the pictures. These rooms were renovated. The hallway was even renovated. It was like it went from dark to light, honey. So when we walked in, they have the area on the right-hand side where you can be able to store your luggage and everything. And it has a light that comes on, kind of like a motion type thing. The bathroom was on the left side. The bathroom was really nice. It was renovated. The mirror looked nice. They had this little light, like a strip light type of thingy. They had the mirror that comes out to you, so if you want to do makeup, ladies. They had a shower with the little the rainfall type of shower head, like the glass door and a shower curtain type of. It was a walk-in. Nothing jazzy spectacular, but it was nice, clean, sleek. They do have a hair dryer for anyone who's wondering. They didn't have any soap, like hand soap, but I normally travel with soap anyway because I can't use everybody's soap. They did have shampoo, soap inside of the bathtub, and conditioner, probably. One of them, I'll show it in the picture. The room was very, very nice, though. We ended up getting a room with 2 beds. It didn't make me none because, honey, it was nice to be able to have a bed to myself. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm pretty sure hubby felt the same way. The view was spectacular. We could see the high roller pool view, and you could see Ellis Island across the way, the little flamingo lamps. I love that they had on both sides of the beds your own little ports, so you could charge up things right there by your bed. That was really, really neat. I think everybody should do something like that. They had a fridge, they had a safe, closet space, drawers. They had a wireless phone that you could be able to call downstairs to if you need anyone. They had an ice bucket, cups, magazines, tons of ports. The beds were the most comfortablest beds that I've slept in on vacation. Now, I am going to say the AC was a little loud. Not necessarily while it was running, but when it first came on, it would make this doom sound. And every time I would look over thinking that someone was trying to get into the room. I kind of got used to it with time, but initially I was like, what the hell is that? There's really nothing that I can say negatively about the room. It was something for you to watch, sleep, get ready, and head out. Majority of the time we were not in that room, so I don't really spend a lot on rooms. It was perfect for us too, and what we came to do. They did have a little area, each floor I believe had an area where a designated area for ice and water. Nothing was complimentary. You would literally have to bring everything yourself. They also tried to limit me on the blankets. Now granted, the first night when I called and I was pretty cold and I asked for 4 blankets, 2 for my husband, 2 for myself, there was no issue. But when I called the second night for 4 blankets, they were like, oh, we normally limit receiving blankets to a minimum of 2 per room. And I kind of told the lady, like, well, it wasn't a big deal yesterday, so why is it a big deal today? She was like, well, it's to the discretion of the housekeeper or whatever, and they may bring it, they may not. I personally feel like the lady did not put it in once I gave her the back talk, because who was it gonna hurt? Somebody bringing 2 more blankets that's not even theirs, that they didn't purchase, that they don't own. I kind of didn't like that, especially after what happened the first night anyway. Like, honey, at this point we should have been treated like royalty. Now, what made me actually pick this hotel, it was the location. I kept trying to figure out, where is it that I really, really want to be when I'm in Vegas? I knew that I wanted to be on the Strip, and I knew that I did not want to spend a ton of money to be on the Strip, because we were not going to spend a ton of time in the room. So that's what made me select this location, and it was perfect. I think they said it's like center, whatever, but it's right near the Linq. On the Strip is the Promenade, where you can go out and get all type of different food places. And honey, everything was out there. You really don't even need to go all the way on the Strip because you got a whole little Strip right there in your own neck of the woods. The Flamingo is located across the street from Caesar's Palace, which happens to be across the street from Hell's Kitchen. And you're right there with the high roller, the zip line, the Linq zip line, or whatever it's called. We were like literally right in that neck of the woods, all in that area. Everything was extremely expensive on hand. When you go downstairs from the casino, you have pretty much tons of options as well. You have coffee shops. This is the home of the RuPaul show, which I happen to love, but I did not catch this time around. They had a taco spot. They had 2-for-1 margaritas. They had a Johnny Rockets that was very, very expensive compared to the one that I know here at home. Margaritaville was a few steps away outside from the Flamingo. They had a casino, a Caesar's Reward. They also even had like this little station where you can get a monorail ticket, I think it's called, and you can be able to kind of ride around and view Vegas. I didn't really find out about this until later on at the end, and I hate that we didn't take advantage of it. It also has a whole wildlife where they have flamingos normally and different animals, fish, and I didn't see the fish, but the flamingos were gone. I guess they're stored or wherever they keep them at when it's very, very cold. Honey, it was like down in the 40s and 30s, I believe. The wind, though, it was the wind for me that was killing me. It was my face getting cold. My hands was numbing. I had to literally go get gloves. Ooh, child, it was cold. Like, I knew it was going to be cold. We saw the weather report saying 50s and 40s, but I guess I thought it was going to be like Florida 50s and 40s. I thought I was in Chicago, and I ain't never even been, but I know that's the windy city. If it's anything like Vegas was when we went during that time, it just hurted to even walk. It hurted to even enjoy because it was just like, okay, ooh, let's get somewhere warm real quick. They had like this little walking trail that you can go on. I really wish I would have been able to see the flamingos. I kept saying, where's the flamingos? And I'm start thinking like, oh, that's probably what it was. It was cold too. It was too cold for me. I know damn well it's too cold for them animals. We went around to the Go Pool. It looked like they're having construction. Now that Go Pool is huge. They have construction going. I see that they have like a bar area and everything out there. So I know it gets loud and litty out there in that area during the summertime. They also had little areas where you can go and take little pictures. They had like a little gazebo set up if you want to go out there and get married. I forgot to mention that they also do a hold for damages that I was not aware of prior. So they do the resort fees, but on top of that, they are going to do a hold for accidental damages or whatever the case is. But you do get it back within 48 hours or something like that to your car. The hold is lifted basically. Now, I really did love that they offered a late checkout with this hotel. I don't know about you, but Vegas has some really weird, odd hours for flights when you're leaving out. Like they're either really, really early or late going into the next day. So you have like a full day. Which happens for us. We had like a full day, which how it made our 5th day. But it was like, okay, so what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're on vacation. Who the hell wants to get up at 10? We done been drinking all night last night before. Like, who the hell wants to get up at 10 o'clock? They have this whole thing where when you use your phone and call down, where they give you an option to do text message and be able to communicate with someone. So I text and said late checkout. They sent a text message back saying, I think you're referring to late checkout, and if so, say yes. I said yes, and then they sent back the rates. So I'm gonna put the rates here on how much the pricing was for late checkout, which I did take advantage of. I kind of feel like it kind of should be a little cheaper as the hours go on. For extra hours, you're spending the price of an extra day. Also, they do hold on to your bags. I really like that. You just have to go and let them know. They'll show you the way. It's kind of down the stairs, and once you go down the stairs, you go to your left, and then over there in the corner, you'll see something that says baggage, I believe. So you'll get this little ticket. And then, of course, when you come back, you present the ticket and show your ID, and you're able to get the amount of bags. And so that's really, really, really good, because I was kind of worried, like, I hope we ain't got to go around town with bags and luggages. But at this point, I'm pretty sure a lot of hotels is offering this, and this is one of them as well. I did hear that at some hotels, they allow you to have like a card that you have to use in order to use the elevator to go up for extra security. Flamingo does not. You can get on whichever elevator. That's something that they probably should consider. Overall, I would recommend Flamingo to others. And I also would book with Flamingo again, to be honest, because that location definitely set the tone for me, honey. I went to other hotels and went in, and while they were very nice, the location was a little bit more to the east and a little bit more to the west. We were kind of centered perfectly where we wanted to be and what we wanted to do. So I would definitely choose this based on that alone. And then when we really didn't have huge discrepancies, the customer service, I mean, that's pretty much nowadays. I feel like I was very detailed with this particular review, but if there is anything I left out or any additional questions you may have, feel free to leave it down in the comments. Definitely do talk back. If you made it to the end of this video, be sure to leave this emoji in the comments. That's how I'm gonna know it's real. If I helped you in any way possible, be sure to thumbs up this video. That lets YouTube know that this video needs to be in them YouTube streets for everybody to see. I want to thank you so very much for taking the time out to watch my video. Until next time, later.